Hello. You guys hear me? Okay, I can't see your face, Haruka. Hello, Baikao. Hello, two Baikaos. Okay, so aren't you jealous of your classmates? Oh, your friends, all of them are already here in school. Guys, can you open your microphone so I will know if I can hear you or what? And can you say something?
Yes.
Okay, how about Sirikanya?
Yes.
Okay. Where's your classmates? Okay, let's wait for your classmates and let me check your attendance. Okay, Grace is already here. Okay, we have Sirikanya, then Grace, Johnny Card. Okay, where's your classmates? Poon and Alice absent. Okay. Poon absent. Alice absent. Okay, this is going to be a very fun class. There's only 3 of you. Okay, guys, can you guys open your microphone, please? I want you guys to open your microphones because there's just 3 students, so it's not gonna be that noisy. Okay, so everyone, please get your books and open it to page. Okay, I forgot the page. Okay, so can you guys get your books and open it to the Consumer Case Hearing Act? Okay, so if you have questions, please answer teacher. If you want to say something, you can say it. Just open your microphone. Okay. So what is our topic today, Grace? Can you please read?
Read in the slide.
Of course.
The Consumer Case Hearing Act is a law indicating practice in the court about testifying in the court, which can be summarized as follows.
Okay, so the topic today will be the Hearing Act. Okay, the Hearing Act. Okay, so this is the Consumer Case Hearing Act. What is this? This is a law indicating practices in the court about testifying in the court, which can be summarized. So this will be summarized as follows. So let's see. Okay, so this topic, this is what's going to happen if you are going to sue someone. For example, if you're going to sue the how do you call this one? The entrepreneur. For example, you bought a mama that's already expired and the owner of the shop is not going to give you back your money or is not going to change the product. So you can sue them. This is what's going to happen in the court. Okay? This is how the judge is going to judge the case. Okay? Okay, Sirikanya, ready? Okay, let's start with number 1. Number 1 is, what is this, Haruka? Can you please read?
There is an exception on contract.
Okay, so there is an exemption on the contract. So you guys already know what is the contract, right? How do you say contract in Thai, Grace?
สัญญา
Okay, so there is an exemption on the contract. This is the first Hearing Act. Okay, the first testifying in the court. There is an exemption in the contract. So for example, even if you don't have contract, the court will still hear you. Okay, the court will still listen to you. Do you know what court is? COURT. Not the basketball court, huh? But the court where you are going to what? Where the judge is going to judge the one that you sued. Okay. Okay, so there is an exemption on the contract. We have number 2. Sirikanya, can you please read?
An announcement or advertisement that the entrepreneurs declare are parts of the contracts and even thought they are not in the
Indicated
in it, and court will listen to it.
Okay, so the announcement or the advertisement that entrepreneurs or the businessmen declare are parts of the contract. These are parts of the contract. So what are these? For example, Sirikanya, you need to pay. You need to, for example, Sirikanya is going to rent a house. Okay, Sirikanya, Baikal, you need to pay the house on this day. And if on this day that you can't pay the house, you are going to pay more. So that is part of the contract. That is an announcement in the contract. Let's say, I will give you free bed. I will give you free air condition. This is an announcement. This is declared in the contract. These are parts of the contract. So let's say, for example, the owner of the house is going to let you, the owner of the house will not let you pay the water, even if it's not in the contract, even if it's not written in the contract that you won't pay the water, the court will still listen to you. So maybe the owner will say, I didn't write that in the contract. It's not in the contract. Even if it's not written there, even if it's not indicated, the court will still listen to you. The judge will still listen to you. Understand? Understand? Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 3. Okay, Grace, please read.
The consumer needs to claim rights within 3 years after the date of the damage where the responsible entrepreneur is known, but not more than 10 years.
Okay, so for example, there is going to be a damage on what you buy. For example, Grace bought, let's say Grace bought a new air conditioner. And that air conditioner is broken. And then let's say she was too busy to give it back to the owner, to the entrepreneur. And it reached around 3 years. In 3 years, you can still claim rights. You can still, hey, can you change this one? This one. Can you change this one? You can tell the entrepreneur about it. But you cannot, or the entrepreneur will not be responsible not more than 10 years. Okay, not more than 10 years. You can claim your rights not more than 3 years, and the entrepreneurs will not be responsible not more than 10 years. Understand? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, Haruka, please read.
The burden to prove the truth.
Okay, the burden to prove the truth. You don't need to keep on saying, you don't need to prove yourself. This is what you're doing. This is what I bought. This is what happened to me. You don't need to prove like that. What you need to prove is that, for example, you remember our topic last time, you just need to prove that that product caused you damage. You don't need to prove that you were using that product. You just need You don't need to prove that you bought that product. What you need to prove is that you use that product and that product harmed you. Okay? You don't need to have the burden to prove the truth. Understand? Okay, let's go next. When you say burden, maybe you're going to have a hard time. Burden, what is burden, teacher? Burden is having a hard time, okay? Having a hard time. Okay. Next, Sirikanya, please read.
The court can order the entrepreneur to compensate for emotional damage besides physical damage.
Okay, so the court can order the entrepreneur or the businessman to compensate. When you say compensate, exchange for the emotional damage. Okay, when you say emotional damage, for example, Gets is the entrepreneur and Haruka is the consumer. Let's say Get harmed Haruka emotionally. What do you mean by emotionally? Let's say broken heart. Okay, let's say broken heart. And then Haruka can sue Gets for emotionally damaging her. Okay, you cannot just say, teacher, you need to sue someone if it's visible damage. When you say visible damage, when the product is damaged, when you can see the product, for example, it's crushed, it's already broken, it was tear apart, but you can also compensate for emotional damage. Okay, emotional damage. Let's say you were broken heart when you bought that product. Okay, you can sue them, or the court can order what? The entrepreneur or the businessman to compensate for the emotional damage. Okay, understand? Understand. Let's go next. Grace is smiling. Okay, next we have, okay, what's this, Grace?
Cost compensation.
Compensation. Haruka, this is very easy. Can you give me an example? Cost compensation.
Compensation.
Compensation, when you say exchange, give you back. Cost compensation. You have any idea for this one?
Make an example, right?
Give me an example. Where can you say cost compensation?
When
Okay.
I shopping online and they send me wrong products,
Okay, very good. And then they will what?
they will cost compensation
Or
or
they will give you back your.
give me back the product.
Okay, they will give you back your money or give you back the product. Very good. Okay, very easy. Let's go to number 7. Okay, Grace, what is number 7?
If the entrepreneur is an entity, the court can order shareholders or those in power in the entity to be the defendant responsible for the compensation.
Okay, so when you say entity, for example, these are the what? The entrepreneurs that are just what? Selling the products for bigger companies. Okay, so what the court can do, what the judge can do is like, let the other owners pay for it, or the shareholders of that product to what? To be responsible to give back the compensation. Okay, let's say for example, you, Haruka, Grace, Baikao, and me, we are the owner of, let's just say we are an owner of a cell phone company. Grace is like the bottom, at the bottom. She's the bottom owner. And then, for example, she cannot pay compensation because she doesn't have enough money to pay for the compensation. What we need to do is we can help her pay for the compensation because we are a big company. We are the shareholders of the products. Okay, do you guys understand? Okay, let's go to the next one. We have, what is this? Baikaw Siri Kanya?
The trade competition.
Oh, I cannot hear you. Can you say it louder?
The trade competition at 2,542 BE free
Okay.
trading.
Okay, so those were our what? Those were the Consumer Case Hearing Act that the court will what? The course will be testifying, in which we already summarized in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so the next topic is the Trade Competition Act. What do you mean by this one? Free trading. Anyone can sell anything. Okay? Free trading. You can sell anything anywhere. Okay? So let's see. Okay, and then we have the Product and Service Price Act to protect consumers. So let me explain this to you. What do you mean when you say free trading? When you say free trading, this is you can sell freely. Okay, it's not going to be monopoly. When you say monopoly, I am the owner. You are just going to sell for me. But this one, anyone can sell anything. So when you have you experience going to the market, even if in this shop and this shop sells the same product, that's okay because it's free trading. Okay, free trading, you can sell anything, you can sell anywhere. Okay, it's not going to be monopoly that you sell for me, you sell for me, you sell for me. No, it's going to be free trading. Anyone can sell anything, even if this shop and this shop has the same product. Okay, understand? Okay, let's go to number 5. We have, what is this, Haruka?
The Product and Service Price Act
Okay,
2,542 BE Act to protect consumers.
okay, so this one is, of course, the Product and Service Price Act. What is this? This is the act to protect the consumers, the buyers. So this is, if you can remember, we already talked about price announcement. Can you remember price announcement? When you say price announcement, you are going to show how much the product or the service is going to cost. Okay, it's not like when you go inside a barber shop, if you get inside a barber shop, outside the barber shop, you can already see haircut 150, shower and haircut 350. The price is already announced. You are not going to get inside. How much is the haircut? How much is the price announcement? Why do we have price announcement? Of course, so that the entrepreneurs cannot what? Cannot get a lot of money from you. For example, Haruka is going to cut her hair. Haruka paid 150. And then let's say Grace is going to cut her hair also. But Grace doesn't know that Haruka just paid 150. The entrepreneur can say, Grace, you need to pay 500 for haircut. Okay? So this act is going to protect Grace so that the entrepreneur cannot get a lot of money from the consumers. Okay, so this is an act to protect the consumer. Let's go next. What is this? Okay, so we have agencies involved in protecting consumer rights. Okay, we have agencies that are involved to protect consumer rights. What are the agency, teacher? Of course, we have the first one. Okay, what is the first agency that protect consumer, Haruka? Wait.
The Office of the Consumer Protection Board.
Okay, we have the first one, the first agency to protect consumer rights. We have the Office of the Consumer Protection Board. We have this one, the Office of the Consumer Protection Board. They protect consumer, they receive petition, and gives justice from the product and the service that you purchase. Okay, so this is where you can go and give the petition that you are going to sue someone or the entrepreneur. And then this is where they are going to give justice for the products and the service that you already purchased. Okay, next one we have, what is this? What do you think, Grace? What is this, Grace? What can you see in the picture? What picture is this?
Logo of Ministry of Public Health.
Okay, so Ministry of Public Health is also an agency that what? They can help for the food and drug. Okay, so for the Ministry of Public Health, they examines the safety of the food that they sell, the drugs, cosmetics that you use, the medical equipments or equipment, and hazardous material. These are the ones that protect you from food and drugs, the Ministry of Public Health. So before, for the Office of Consumer Protection Board, this is where you are going to give the petition. This is where you're going to give the petition that of the products and the services that you already purchased. And then for Department of Health, this is for high food and drugs. This is the one that examines your food, your drugs, cosmetics, medical, and equipment, and of course hazardous materials. And then this one, what is this, Baikaw? What's this logo? Logo of what? Baikaw Siri. Logo of Baikaw. Baikaw. Okay, Haruka, what logo is this, Haruka?
Logo of Ministry of Industry.
Okay, so the logo of Ministry and Industry. And in this agency, this is the Thai Industrial Standards Institute, Ministry of Industry. So here they regulate and assess the quality and the standard of the products that you use. Okay, regulate and assess the quality and standard of the products that you use. Next one, we have, what is this, Grace? Ministry of what?
Ministry of Commerce.
Ministry of Commerce. Okay, so here, this is the what? Agency for Department of Internal Trade. Okay, so remember free trading. So let's say someone is going to tell you, you cannot sell like this. This is where you can go to the Ministry of Commerce. So here, they regulate the price, regulate and examine price, hoarding, unlabeled price, and scale. So for example, when you buy something in the market and they sell it for very expensive price, you can go to the Ministry of Commerce. You can tell, this shop sells me very expensive price. For example, one person is hoarding. What do you mean when you say hoarding? Keeping a lot of stocks. For example, you remember before when it was pandemic and a lot of people bought alcohols. They bought alcohols from one shop. They emptied the shop. That is called hoarding, keeping or stocking piles of products. You can go to the Ministry of Commerce for that. And let's say we have unlabeled price. When you say unlabeled price, they didn't announce the price. They didn't tell you the price. Okay, and then for scales, for example, you have scales, weighing scale, and you buy, let's say you bought some apples, and then, let's say you bought mangoes, and then you said you're going to buy 2 kilos of mangoes, but the weighing scale that the entrepreneur or the businessman use is not, it's not 2 kilos. It's, let's say let's say it's just 1 kilo in her weighing scale, but it shows that it's already 2 kilos. Okay, so this one is, how do you call this one? Scales that are, how do you say that? How do you say this one? Scales that are not fair. Okay, not fair. Okay, let's say you're in your weighing scale in your house, it's just 1 kilo, but the weighing scale of the entrepreneur is just, it showed that it's already 2 kilos. So it's not fair. Okay, so you can go to the Ministry of Commerce for this one. Let's go to the next one. We have another agency. What is this, Haruka? The
Provincial Office of the Consumer Protection Board.
okay,
Is
so
in every province around the country.
okay, so the Provincial Office of the Consumer Protection Board. So this agency, this is, you can find this in every province, all the provinces here in Thailand. So the Provincial Office of the Consumer Protection Board, you can find this everywhere, are all the provinces in Thailand, okay? And then we have those agencies that I told you a while ago. Those are government agencies, okay? This next agencies that we are going to talk are private, okay? Private agencies. So we have here, what is this? Everyone, can you open your microphone and read together? First one is? Can you read like you're already grade 8? Okay, together, 1, 2, 3, go.
Power
Society.
Next.
The
woman consumer promotion project. The National Women Council in Royal Support.
Okay, next.
The committee to coordinate private sectors for basic health.
Next.
The Muslim for Consumer Protection Society.
And the last one.
The Human Rights Coordination Committee.
Okay, so these are the private agencies that we have. Before we were talking about government agencies, so Ministry of Health, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Commerce. Those are government agencies. Now we are going to talk about private agencies. So we have the Power Society, the Women Consumer Promotion Project, the National Women Council in Royal Support, the committee to coordinate private sectors for basic health, the Muslim for Consumer Protection Society, and the last one is the Human Rights Coordination Community. So these are the private agencies. Okay, so what I want you to do now is I want you to open your books to page. What page is this? Page, is this 70? I'm not sure. Page 70, 72. Okay, let's answer the, do you guys want to answer it together or do you guys want to answer it by yourself? Do you guys want to answer it together or answer it by yourself? I need you to answer me. I can't. You need to say it. Answer together or what?
Together.
Together, okay. So we have here the first one. What is this, Grace? Can you read for me, please?
Trade Competition Act
Trade
2015.
Competition Act. So what do you think is this? Trade Competition Act. So what is this? Trade Competition Act. Is this a law or is this an agency? Is this a law or is this an agency? What do you think? The law, what? Trade Competition Act 2542. We already talked about this a while ago.
Law.
Law to what?
Law to protect and eliminate
Okay, so
monopoly or
let's
limit.
say if you're correct. The law to protect and eliminate monopoly. Okay, so when you say monopoly or limit the competition of the product production. So Trade Competition Act is what? Free trading. Okay, free trading. Anyone can sell anything. Free trading. Next, Haruka, please read and answer.
Thai Food and Drug Administration.
Is the agency of what?
Agency that examine the safety of the food, medicine, and hazardous material.
Yes. Okay, very good. So this is also Ministry of Health. Okay, let's call on. Okay, PP. I will read number 3 and you tell me the answer, okay? Thai Food and Drug Administration. So what is this? Thai Industrial Standards or Institute of Ministry of Industry. So what is this? Agency of what? I already talked about this one a while ago. So agency of what? Thai Industrial Standards or Institute of Ministry. So what is this? What do you think is this? Agency to what? Is it agency to regulate and examine the quality and standard of product, or is it Islamist agency that protect the consumer? So which do you think it is? Yes, hello. What agency do you think is it? Yes, Grace. Agency to what, Grace? To?
Agency to regulate and examine the
Yes, very
quality.
good. Correct. Haruka, for number 4, what is this?
Muslim for Consumer Protection Society.
And the answer is?
Islamist
Very good.
agency that protect the consumer.
Okay, so Islamist agency that protect the consumer. Okay, how about the last one, of course, Protect and Service Price Act. So this one is the law to make sure the consumer receives fair price of goods and services. Okay, so please take a photo of your answers and don't forget to send it in the line group. And Grace, please make the album Social Studies page 72 so that we're not going to be confused. Okay, thank you very much. So do you have any question? No question at all. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. See you next week. Bye-bye. Bye.